this movie is neither of us knew if we loved it or hated it. Whether or not it was all a joke, I'm not sure yet.
There are moments in the movie where it felt like Wes Craven was just intentionally making complete schlock, and he knew it, and he was having fun with it.
Well, there's a lot of scenes in this movie where the kills are completely unimaginative.
Yeah.
And there's one scene in particular where the publicist character is in the parking garage. But really, kind of a throwaway character and not important to the plot at all.
Right.
The movie's not about Ned Campbell's book.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with her publicist, the whole movie.
Yeah.
But we spend 18 minutes of the movie in the parking garage with the publicist.
Yes.
After all this time setting it up, in and out of the car, the car alarm going off, back and forth, and blah, blah, blah. She's going to get to the... Then just... And it's like... And also, after you see the film and you find out who the killer is, this person killing the publicist had nothing to do with the plan at all.
Yeah.
It could have used the publicist. The publicist would have gladly helped that person.
Oh, yeah, that would have been great, actually.
Do what this person wanted to do.
Yeah.
Although you're quite a fan of the publicist in real life.
The publicist is played by Alison Brie, who is on probably the best comedy series on network television right now, Community. Really great show, really sharp, funny show, and she's good. She's probably only one of the new cast members in this movie that wasn't in the original movie that sort of stands out.
She stood out.
She's good in it.
I didn't know who she was, but I was like, she's good. She, a little hammy of a performance, but I think that was the point.
Well, that's the other thing, is like that performance is so hammy and over the top.
Cartoony.
It's cartoony. But then you have other characters, like the Neve Campbell character that's played completely straight.
Neve Campbell's cousin is played straight.
Yeah.
Who apparently is the cousin of Julia Roberts.
Yes.
And you claimed nepotism there.
I don't think this actress would be getting roles if it wasn't for the fact that she's related to Julia Roberts, because she's awful.
She would be getting roles, but it would be bringing them to the table as a waitress.
Well, let's talk about Wes Craven briefly here. I've seen most of Wes Craven's movies, and I'm convinced that there's actually two Wes Cravens, because really 90% of Wes Craven's movies are awful, but he's still considered like this master of horror, because the movies that he's made that are really good are really, really good. And this movie in particular felt like those two Wes Cravens sort of merged into one and had a baby. And it's a little baby Wes Craven made a movie that is either amazingly brilliant in how aware of how stupid it is, or it's latter-day Wes Craven that just made horrible schlock and he didn't know how awful it was.
Yeah, it's questionable at the end. I mean, there's a couple little moments where, you know, it's obviously supposed to be funny, but that's hard to say.
Well, if that's the case, and you're someone that likes the Scream series and likes the tone of it, you may be pissed off at this movie because it's intentionally mocking everything. I think it's sort of like a spit in the face to someone that, if you take these movies seriously, which I don't know why you would want to anyway. But
well, I think it's trying to reach the next plateau of self-referentialism, but it's taking itself seriously, and you're like, should I laugh or is this real? Are they asking us to kind of take this seriously or not? And they could have easily gone into the wacky direction, just over the line, but they're right on the line. They're right in the line. If it wasn't Scream, if it was just you know, the Woodsboro Killer movie, like, and those Scream movies didn't exist at all.
Yeah.
And I just watched this, I would probably go, this is stupid. But given the history of how the first one was kind of a take on horror movie cliches in its own movie, if that history didn't exist, then I would say this movie is kind of stupid.
So is Wes Craven an evil genius that's intentionally destroying a beloved horror franchise? Or is he not aware of what this movie was?
That's the big question. Because, yeah, there's some pretty brutal blood. Gore.
It was gorier than the other movies.
Yeah.
It was definitely gorier, which maybe goes along with just kind of where horror films have gone since the original.
Yeah.
But that's something I think, because the original movie sort of references slasher films, which had just sort of run their course when the original movie came out. So it was sort of a reflection of that. It's very much a movie of its time. And so I was kind of expecting this one to deal more with kind of where horror has gone since that. There's been like the torture porn movies, the the Asian remake movies. Like, I thought the movie was going to be more of a reflection of that.
Yeah,
the found footage films, there's a little bit of that in there, but not much.
I don't think it would have worked if they tried to squeeze in different genres of gags, unless you're going for like a straight-up comedy movie, like, you know, one of those disaster movie, or
like just
one of those where
bad
like
spoof movie.
A bad spoof movie, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like, that would be going too far. It has to stick with the tradition.
But that just makes the whole thing feel really dated in a lot of ways.
Well,
despite all the mentions of like Facebook and Twitter and everyone on their cell phones, the actual plot of the movie, it felt very much like a mid-90s generic slasher movie.
Yeah, I think that was the point, in a way. Like, because you and I are old men, and 10 years is like nothing to us. But if you were 15 or so, 14, 15, 16, when Scream came out 10 years later, it's more of a nostalgic thing, and I think that's what they were going for.
I grew up on the Scream movies.
In fact, one of the publicist girls says, you were my 90s, too.
That's right,
at one point, showing how young that girl was. So I think that was kind of the point, was, you know, if they tried to make a Scream movie all dark and serious where ghost space guy is torturing people as trying to, you know, modernize that movie series, it wouldn't have worked. But it was actually, it was 90s nostalgia, and for us that's sort of mind-blowing at this point.
Yes,
we're still stuck in 80s nostalgia mode.
These aren't just random killings.
Well, for this movie, I would say, if you're a fan of the Scream series, then you probably should go see it. But for myself, as someone who's never seen any of the Scream films, I enjoyed it. I didn't know if I was in on a joke or if I was out of the joke.
I would say as a movie, I was incredibly entertained the whole way through, especially kind of halfway through to the end. I was just like constantly giggling at the schlock. It just gets so ridiculous.
Yeah,
it's so silly.
Particularly good.
The ending got really funny, and I don't know if it was intentionally funny or not. So speaking of things that are horribly confusing to us, we just got back from the No Brand Con in Eau Claire, Wisconsin, which is an anime cosplay gaming convention. All things we know absolutely nothing about, but they were kind enough to invite us up there as guests and do a panel and screen some things, and it was a good weekend. We had a good time.
Yeah, and in true half-in-the-bag fashion, we brought along our video camera and our microphone and rolled some footage. So let's take a look at it now. Hit it, Johnny!
Whoa, it's a beautiful day and a great day for No Brand Con 2011 here at the Plaza Hotel in Eau Claire, Wisconsin. Check out some anime, pick up some manga. Everybody, we're here at No Brand Con 2011 in Eau Claire, Wisconsin. Going to check out some anime, going to check out some manga, and most importantly, going to eat some sake. Let's check it out. Check out all the dealers at No Brand Con this year. You can pick up whatever kind of manga, anime you want. Whoa! Check it out, a classic Atari arcade game, Return of the Jedi, circa 9. Whoa! You can get your dance on at No Brand Con this year.
So what the hell happened there? That was some weird footage.
We're at karaoke at this site, where people dressed as cartoon characters sing ironic songs unironically. Yeah, there are so many levels of irony and sarcasm that I don't know what's genuine sarcastic anymore. It's like a screen